Scorpio, for you, the experiences of past 7 years would have made you very uneasy, especially in the matters related to your partnerships. You would have experienced that, uh, old partnerships were suddenly ending and new ones were coming. Not They were coming, but they were there to challenge you, challenge your identity, challenge your core, which made you very uneasy. You would have seen that, especially since 2018, that's the time ever since Uranus is in the sign of Taurus, which is your seventh house. Those are the changes that came into your life where you wanted more stability in your relationship, professional and personal. But the more you tried, the more challenges you faced in them, more uncertainty you faced in them. And most of these challenges might have been um, you might have been the reason yourself, because of your controlling nature, because of your focus on materialistic things rather than your emotional or the other person's emotional needs. So you were not met with your you didn't get the result that you wanted. But this February, the energy would have relaxed a little bit, things would have been easier, you would have started finding solution to your problems, and you will till the end of April. Now, if there is a contract or a commitment that you have been holding on to or working on, try to finalize it by March. Finalize the terms if you have to by March this year. See, nothing happens without a reason. There is a reason why Uranus was in this house. It is a it wants you to understand yourself. It wants you to understand not to depend on other people. You depend on other people, and through your controlling nature, you want to control their actions, their mindset, and you feel that you're in control, but you're not. You need to trust yourself. You need to control your emotion. You need to control your own energy. Once you learn that how you're controlling yourself and your energy, you will value yourself more than before. Now, after April, Uranus is going to move into the sign of Gemini, which is the eighth house. Now, eighth house is the house of transformation. One thing I have been mentioning in all my videos is Uranus comes in one house and one sign once in your lifetime, because the transit is for 7 to 8 years in one house. So, because of the duration of the transit, it has the capacity to change the complete environment of that house, and that environment is changed so that you can perform at your peak. So understand how it's trying to change, understand the change itself, so that you're the best version of yourself. For past few years, you were either being controlled or you were controlling others in your partnerships, and this transit was about clearing out, those past traumas that you have had, and making you realize that your true power doesn't come from controlling others, but from mastering your own energy, as I mentioned earlier. So learn to harness that energy first, because now that Uranus is in eighth house, after April, eighth house is also the Mrityu Bhav, the Punarjan Bhav, the death and the rebirth. This is where you will not only receive other people's money, but with that comes other people's energy. So if you don't know how to harness your own energy, you will not be able to harness other people's energy. It means that you might find a sudden unconventional way to make money. It could be cryptocurrency, it could be digital royalties, or unexpected inheritance tax money, or insurance money. Um, in the past, if you have been bogged down by an old financial paperwork, there is going to be a solution that's coming your way, and through a professional advisor, and that advisor may appear in the month of May. You will also start feeling after April that your communication, you are at ease when you're talking with others. You will start enjoying the conversation. That vulnerability that you have is not going to feel heavy anymore. Uh, the way you're going to handle the shared resources, the intimacy, the in-laws relationship, especially your spirituality, your deep psychological patterns, is going to become very fast. It's going to become lighter and much more on a innovative side. The only time that you have to be careful is the end of the year, September 10th, when Uranus is going to get retrograde. You will feel that the investments are not yielding as much you were expecting. The finances have slowed down a little bit. This is the time to audit your expenses. Uh, don't let that Gemini energy, which is very restless scatter you. Use this time to look into your investments, look into your emotional boundaries, and ask yourself, am I giving away too much of my power for the sake of excitement? My advice is to hold the boundaries that you created very firmly during this time, to understand yourself and where you're heading towards in next 7 years. So the takeaway for you, Scorpion, is that you are going to move from that controlling nature to curiosity, and learn, so that learn to loosen up a little bit. If you are seeking freedom and growth, you have to learn to give that freedom to others, so that they grow and so do you grow. Uranus in Gemini is teaching you that the most powerful form of intimacy isn't possession but mental freedom. So don't let the fear take over you, but try to explore the other side of you where you're more relaxed and letting go. You loosen up a little bit and you're taking one day at a time. With this, we come to the end of the video. If you like the video, do share it with others and don't forget to subscribe.